Welcome back to Fallingfoxgaming, everybody. I am your host Blaine, and today we're picking up with some more Kenshi. As we pause for a moment, just outside the gates, we take a minute to think about everything we've gone through here. We have built up a small community, a close-knit band of people that just want to see the world be a little bit better than what it is. Our attempt at making an outpost was dashed by some pushy Holy Nation folk who refused to let us live in peace without following their religious beliefs. A mishap with our book led to a confrontation followed by an attempted raid on our base. It's clear to Fox that we can no longer live here in peace. It's time we take things to the next step. Before us is everyone that's going to be heading to the hub. We're going to turn the hub into a bustling trade destination, and we're going to make sure everyone here has a safe place to live. But back at base, we're going to do something different. The processing machines, the storage, the farms, they're going to be going away. We're going to move some storage up top here and fortify this area, but we're going to turn this into a fortress base. This is going to be our strike outpost for the Holy Nation. We're going to begin training to assault the Holy Nation on a regular basis. We're going to attempt to move up north and free people from the Holy Mines. We may even reach out towards Stack or Okran's Pride, given enough time. It's time we stop playing with the Holy Nation. They've created many problems for many species in this world, and it's time that we take things to the next level. If the Holy Nation is unwilling to live with us, then we will return the favor. We're going to head to the hub now. See you there. It's strange. We've walked through these gates dozens of times, but something is different this time. We come as a community. We are here to fix up and repair this place one last time. The work we've done so far has been great. This side of town is looking fantastic compared to what it used to be. We have a hospital, a government building, community center. We have an armory. We have travelers' lodges. It's time we fix up the rest of the town. Okay, so let's discuss a few things. We have several things to plan out before we do anything else. We have several of these buildings under our ownership already, and I think that we need to do some planning. So I think the only buildings we don't own are these buildings and the rest heading up this way. So just a few buildings up here. We own several of these other ones, which we're going to start rebuilding here very soon. I do believe that seeing as we want housing for all of our people, we should start with some of the bigger buildings. I'm thinking we should replace and repair this building here, right here on the side, this longhouse, and then maybe this L house. And then save the smaller buildings for as we kind of advance and get some things completed. So once we get these buildings up, we're going to get a whole bunch of beds built. We're going to get at least one bed per person that we have because we want our people to all have a private bed here in Hub. And once we get all the buildings kind of, erected back up the way they were, we're going to start branching out and putting our people in some of these smaller buildings as well. Now, several of them are kind of group people, such as the bird folk here. I'm going to try and get all of them in the same house, probably into one individual square house here. I'm going to try and get some of the Shek maybe in the long houses, and then some like Scorchlanders or Greenlanders or whatever in another, just to kind of not necessarily segregate them, but more to keep them together in terms of their friendships. We already know that several of these people joined up with us as a group, And so I kind of want to keep it that way because I think that's the way they would actually want to live. Now, we do have a couple people here, namely Kit, who came with us back to Hub. So Kit is actually the leader of the mercenary gang that is protecting our base, or helping anyways. The Shek that are all here, part of the defense group, Breaker, Crusher, Basher, Smasher, Slasher, and Crasher, are all part of our primary defenses back at our soon-to-be fortress. Kit is going to stay here with us because Kit is actually being paid by us to actually keep them in ploy. So if we get rid of Kit here, we have no one to kind of hold responsible for anything that may happen back at the fortress. So we trust Kit currently because Kit has agreed to a contract and Kit will not break from said contract. So as long as we keep paying Kit and the mercenaries, they will stay with us. On a side note, Ripper here, who joined us all not that long ago as a messenger, is going to continue running back and forth. Ripper has been doing a fantastic job running back and forth between our little area here. I can't even tell you how many times I've had Ripper run back and forth between our outpost and here, or along with Squin. So he's going to keep doing that. Ripper has been a fantastic messenger. He's got really good fighting skills. He's one of the people that trained up with us, and in general, he's always been pretty good. So I'm not actually worried about him getting caught, offhanded anywhere. With that being said, we need to get training going as well. What we're going to do is we're not going to do training here at the hub. And we're not even going to do it at the fortress. That seems like bad taste, honestly. I'm going to do a couple training things there, maybe like strength, toughness, stuff like that. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to go back to our mining outpost and begin training there again. I don't know if you guys remember, but long ago, we actually had this little building right here. This was our very first building we ever built. And it's a little mining outpost. Just a simple little building with some training dummies around it. That's where we're going to begin training once more. The reason why we're going to do that is because Squin is actually right down here in between these rocks here, and we want to recruit as many of them as possible to help us in the fight against the Holy Nation. The Holy Nation is going to become probably a huge problem once we start attacking them. If my calculations are correct, what's going to end up happening is they're going to attack us exponentially as we attack them, until we can actually interfere with their supply lines enough to where they're going to start backing off, or at least, defending more than attacking. At least that's my hope. We're going to begin deciding which buildings we want for who. Well, the problem is we have this tree growing through this building here. This is my one problem with Hub, is that the building designs are awful. Like whoever made this should really feel bad. Honestly, who put a tree right there? That's okay. There are ways that we can move it, and I'll look into doing that at some point. But primarily, I don't want to move it because it'll mess with the wall, so we'll see. I know there's a couple of mods that actually fix Hub up a little bit, and I might actually look into doing that. But I kind of want to stick to as much original stuff as I can, just so that way you guys playing at home can kind of build up with me if you're doing the same thing. So to begin with, I think that we're going to fix this building up here. This longhouse right here and this L house right here, I think these are the two most important buildings for us to rebuild because they're good community buildings and they're really close to each other. I really like that actually. Let's go ahead and get our people working on fixing up this building. With the crews working hard to repair the buildings, we're going to have to end it here. It's going to take quite some time to get everything situated, to get everything repaired and replenished properly. When we come back, we're going to have these buildings completed. At least these two longhouses, potentially this L house here. When we return, we will begin building our fortress. This place will become impenetrable to the Holy Nation. I'll see you next time.